Hey guys, I have an unboxing to do, and this came priority mail yesterday. Today is Sunday. Well, it's actually Monday morning right now. Came yesterday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, and I've already opened it, but I haven't delved into it yet. But I see what's in it, and I'm happy to say thank you, Roger, for allowing me to look after some of your collection for you. Yeah, let's start out with this one. I purchased 3 of these. Roger, Channel Donstar, Roger is selling a lot, not all, but a lot of his collection. He's going to keep his 3Ds and some things that mean a lot to him, in particular, for whatever reason. And if you're not familiar with Roger and Channel Donstar, go and subscribe to him. It's the word channel, and then Donstar, Donstar. He is he's an interesting guy. He wrote a movie, and I own that movie actually. And it's a good movie. He has an awesome collection, but more importantly, he's just a really nice guy. He's got a nice personality. He laughs easily. He makes fun of himself easily. He's come across some hard times, and sadly, he's got some health issues, and I think part of the thought process is that he's giving these movies that he loves a home, which is kind of sad. And I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that he's wrong. You can be sick and make a recovery, and I hope that's what happens with him. But I think the financial part of it, combined with the stress and then the health issues, is not a good thing, and I'm hoping that he turns this around, because I really like Roger a lot. I think he's a really great guy. I wish he lived closer. I'd hang with him and sit down with a cold beverage and watch some movies and talk about him and so on. He's a good guy. I've been on a few hangouts with him. He tends to be on hangouts with Sammy and some of the and I've been on with Sam too. I don't mean to say it's a bad thing. It's a good thing to be on a hangout with Sam, but those guys tend to do them late at night. Actually, now I could. It's like 2 a.m. right now. I could do that because my days have become my nights and vice versa, like Sam's. I'm currently looking for work. Long story, but I believe I'll find some soon. I've got some good leads and so on, but. Right now I'm taking advantage of a couple of weeks, it might be 2 or 3 weeks, that I'll take advantage and just kind of, hang, recoup, spend some time with my family before the kids go back to school and so on. So, but I'm fine. I'll be fine. Roger's the one I'm concerned with. So subscribe to Channel Donstar. If you're looking for some movies, buy some from him. I think it'd be a good thing. Here's the first one I got, and I'll tell you a couple of reasons why I got it. And he gave it to me for, I think, a really good price. It's Nosferatu, the vampire. This is the Klaus Kinski as the vampire, and it's a Werner Herzog film. It's kind of a remake of the original Nosferatu. I think it's better than the original Nosferatu, but people can argue with that, I guess. There's some extras on it and so on. And the reason I really wanted this, here, it's got reversible cover, which is nice. It's really just the same cover, I think. Well, it's slightly different, I guess. It's a slightly different cover. It's white. It's a little different. The picture on the back is a little different than the one here. But otherwise, it's pretty similar. The features are the same, obviously. And the disc is just like that. The reason that I wanted this more than others, this is, by the way, it's a Shop Factory. That's part of it. Was I had gotten, and if you've watched my channel for a long time, you may remember I did an unboxing of a pickup I got from Zavvi, which was a steelbook of Nosferatu. I got it for a really good price, but when I opened it, this is what I found. Oh, I never did take the thing off here. Hold on. Well, it's no surprise. There's no disc in it. There was no disc in it. Nice. So now what I'm going to do is take this and put it in the steelbook, because it's the exact same release. Actually, this is the U.S. release. The other one was the British release. But I wonder if this would fit in here. This This little slippy. It might. Yeah, it will, actually, I think. Yeah, that will. I'll have to flatten it to do it, but I think it's kind of cool to do it, so I think I'm going to do that. I don't plan on keeping it in the Blu-ray case. I plan on keeping it in the Steelbook case. So I got the Steelbook, and there was nothing in it. It was the first time it ever happened to me. I don't know what happened exactly, but that's what happened. So, yeah, this will fit. Maybe that won't fit like I thought it would. Let's see. I thought it would fit, but I think it's just a little, yeah, it's just a bit too wide. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that then. I believe the special features and everything are the same. I could be wrong. I'm going to slide this back into the Blu-ray case that it came. But it's still a Shout Factory release. So, or Scream Factory. Scream Factory. Same thing here. So, anyway, I like it in the steel case with the picture on the inside. Pretty cool. That's what I'll do, but I'll hold on to this too, I think. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure it is the same. I'm not positive, so we will look into that later and see. And then I just took that off. I don't know what to do with it. Well, it shelf. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that's not the same exact thing. Let's see. Let's see if it's the same exact. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, audio commentary. That's the same. Official length audio commentary. Yeah. On-set documentary. Yeah. Yeah. That's down there too. Theatrical trailers. Yeah, the other thing I didn't get was a fully illustrated booklet was supposed to be on here. It was really bad that they didn't do, and they refunded my money, but that wasn't the point. The point was they didn't give me what I was supposed to get. All right. Anyway, I'm happy now to have the movie and the Steelbook and the Blu-ray case, so I'll probably keep those together on the shelf. Now on to the two Criterions that I picked up, and I guess I'll do it in spine order. First is spine number 586. It's from 1932. It's black and white. It is monaural, but is in English. And it's a 1.33, or not point. Well, yeah, 1.33 to 1. I did say 1.3. 1.33 to 1 ratio, so it's a square screen like your television screen. And this one is Charles Laughton stars with Bela Lugosi. It's a horror movie, and it's The Island of Lost Souls. I've often wanted this. It's just something I haven't picked up. I look at it. It has a nice amount of extras on it. Audio commentary featuring film historian. I love the audio commentaries. A new conversation between filmmaker John Landis, Oscar-winning makeup artist Rick Baker, and genre expert, I guess the horror genre, Bob Burns. New interviews with horror film historian David J. Skall, filmmaker Richard Stanley, the original director of the ill-fated 1996 adaptation, and Gerald Casale and Mark Mothersbaugh of the band Devo. Short 1976 film by Devo, featuring the songs Secret Agent Man and Jocko Homo. Stills gallery, theatrical stills, plus a booklet. And the booklet's in here. Charles Laughton. There's the disc. It sort of matches up with the cover. I've seen this movie years ago, and the basic premise is that there's a scientist on this island. A boat comes to the island. Well, let me just read the back. A twisted treasure from Hollywood's pre-code horror heyday. Island of the Lost Souls is a cautionary tale of science run amok, adapted from H.G. Wells' novel The Island of Dr. Moreau. In one of the first major movie roles, Charles Laughton is a mad doctor conducting ghastly genetic experiments on a remote island in the South Seas, much to the fear and disgust of a blah, 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 who finds himself trapped on the island. The touchstone of movie Terror, directed by Earl C. Kenton, features expressionistic photography by Carl Strauss, groundbreaking makeup effects that have inspired generations of monster movie artists, and the legendary Bela Lugosi in one of his most gruesome roles. I love Bela Lugosi. He had such a troubled career. Of course, he was Dracula. He was offered Frankenstein. I believe he turned it down. Then it went to Boris Karloff, of course, who went on to greater fame than Bela Lugosi, in that he got more roles. Bela Lugosi got a lot of B movies. He ended up in a lot of the Ed Wood movies. If you've seen the movie Ed Wood, you realize that. Some really shit movies that Bela Lugosi was in. It's a shame because he was a great presence on screen. I mean, the man had presence. The problem with Bela Lugosi was a twofold. One is when he did Dracula, he spoke very little English. So they would tell him his line, and then he would say his line on camera. He couldn't read English, and he didn't speak it all that well, so he just mimicked what they said. But that thick accent that he had and that look about him was just spooky. Boris Karloff didn't have that, but Boris Karloff had a voice and a presence as well, just a little different presence. Bela Lugosi to me was brilliant as Dracula and as the mad scientist type person and the disturbed person. The scary thing was he really became somewhat disturbed and was an addict. I don't know if it was cocaine or what his drug of choice was, morphine maybe, something. And he was hospitalized for a period of time. So this is, I don't know where this would fall in his career. 32 would have been early. So Island of Lost Souls. And the other one I got, which is heavy. It's got to be a dual. Yeah, this is a dual edition. So it's a Blu-ray and 2 DVDs. And this is Bob Fosse's All That Jazz with Roy Scheider in it. A movie that I've seen parts of when I was a kid. But when I was a kid, I don't think I could appreciate this. To me, it was a dance movie. And it's really peripherally, yes, about dance, but more about a middle-aged man and his, it's been a long time since I saw it, but his facing his own mortality, I guess, would be something. Let me read what it says. The preternaturally gifted director and choreographer Bob Fosse turned the camera on his own life for this madly imaginative musical masterpiece. Roy Scheider gives the performance of his career as Joe Gideon, whose exhausting work schedules, mounting a Broadway production by day and editing his latest movie by night. It's late. The routine of amphetamines, booze, and sex are putting his health at serious risk. Fosse burrows into Gideon's and his own mind, rendering the interior world as phantasmagoric spectacle, assembled with visionary editing that makes dance come alive on screen as never before, and overflowing with sublime footwork by the likes of Anne Reinking, Leland Palmer, and Ben Vereen. All That Jazz pushes the musical genre to personal depths and virtuosic aesthetic heights. New 4K digital restoration with a 3.0 surround DTS HD master audio soundtrack of the Blu-ray. Audio commentary featuring editor Alan Helm. Selected scene audio commentary by actor Roy Scheider. New interviews with Helm and Fosse biographer Sam Wasson. New conversation between actors Anne Reinking and Erzsébet Foldy. Episode of the talk show Tomorrow from 1980 featuring director Bob Fosse and choreographer Agnes DeMille. I'll look forward to that. Interviews with Fosse from 1981. I loved the show Tomorrow with Tom Snyder. It was on back in the late 70s, 80s. Really liked it. In fact, I wish there was a collection. I'll have to see if there is. Anyway, there's a 2007 documentary on Fosse, soundtrack, presenting the standouts, or preserving the standouts. 2007 documentary about the film's music. An interview with George Benson from 2007 about his song On Broadway, which opens the film. I know that song. Roy Scheider, All That Jazz. Inside we've got the 2 DVDs, and then behind the rather thick booklet. Let's take the fairly thick booklet, and this is the real deal here with the book. Not a pamphlet. It's a real book. We've got the Blu-ray behind here, so, and it says it's showtime, folks. I'm looking forward to watching All That Jazz again. Like I said, I watched it when I was a kid, 15, whatever, and it was not something that got my interest. I did sit through parts of it. I don't think I ever saw the whole thing. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I haven't seen it in years, and of course Criterion can do a great job presenting it. So All That Jazz, along with Island of Lost Souls, added to my Criterion collection, so they will go on the shelf up here someplace, A through Z, and I still have room for 2 more, I think. It's getting tight, but I have expanded my my collection a little bit lately. I've also sold some things. I sold The Third Man, and I sold the Teshigahara 3-film set. Yeah, I know, but sometimes the value of the discs, in my mind, exceed what they're really worth to me. And I know I'm a collector, but $125 is what I got for the 3 films of Teshigahara. Now, you could argue that those are 3 billion films, and they are. And the box set was beautiful, and it was. But I still went ahead and sold it. And people are selling it for more. I've seen it selling for $200. But I wasn't gonna take somebody over the coals. I'm gonna go through the rest of these. These are the DVDs here. DVDs start right here, and then run here, here, and here, and a little bit here. The Blu-rays are everything from here. Here. And up, and you only see one shelf. There's another shelf above that, which I did the last time. I did the ones that are in the cardboard. So I'll start with whatever the lowest numbered one is. I'm sure it's a numbered as opposed to a letter, but All That Jazz will be early on, and Island of Lost Souls will be somewhere in here, and we will go through the entirety of my Criterion collection and my whole collection as I kind of go through everything I've got, and it'll take a while. And I'm actually rearranging shelves. I've got a top shelf on the other side of this. You can see that or not? Let's see. You see over there, I got a top shelf. On the very top there, you can see I've got stuff that goes almost to the ceiling. Then I've got 2 other shelves under there. They're little shelves, and that's something. And then in my closet, let's see if I can show you. Whoa, hello. Sorry about that. In the closet here is the start of a there's horror there and so on. So I just put that in there. And that's a work in progress. So anyway, that wasn't. I'm doing this on a tripod, so that wasn't the most brilliant thing I've ever done, but it seems to work. And we'll go through everything. I think from the Wonder Years to the Woody Allen box set, which I forgot in my overview of my box sets that I had, to the Xena Warrior Princess, which I also forgot, even to the West Wing, which is downstairs, but because it's one of my wife's and mine mutual favorites. But we will take a look at that one, which to me is my favorite set, I think, of everything I've gotten. And you can get that for cheap now too, so I would highly recommend that. The picture quality is going to be television quality. It's not great. It's not HD any more than my complete Star Trek Next Generation is on DVD. And they've remastered that. And that's probably something I should pick up, but I haven't yet. Anyway, we'll get to all that stuff as I go through my collection. That's what I got from Roger. Again, Channel Donstar. I think he's more than worth your time. He really is a nice guy. I highly recommend his Defending His Collection, where he goes through everything in his collection and talks about what it meant to him, why he bought it, and really probably more meaningful now that he's selling parts of it, large parts of it off, to go back and hear him talk about some of these movies. You know, is something I'm going to be doing. I watched most of his Defending My Collection, but I'm going to go back and watch the whole thing. And Roger, if you watch this, and I hope you do, thank you. I will cherish these movies. They will not leave my collection ever, until the day I die, and they'll be passed along to somebody who can appreciate them. I don't know who yet, because none of my kids or my wife likes my Criterion movies. My wife calls them Where Movies Go to Die, and the kids laugh at that. But they're young, and I think at some point they'll have an appreciation, and the fact that I cherish these movies may mean something to them. So we shall see. Hopefully I got a long way to go. All right, take care, guys. Roger, thanks again, and we'll see you the next time. Bye now.